What is up, heathens? What's up, Legion? Rev Avi here, checking in live for the Magic Quarantine Talk. What's going on? I am here. It is Friday, and we're going to have ourselves a little chat like we always do, okay? What's going on? I got to adjust my camera. I'm here. So, of course, holy shit, I think my phone is glitching. Here, hopefully that's better. So, yeah, of course, we're going to do our thing. I'm going to get alerts during the live, and we're going to talk about magic and the occult and black magic and demons and all that stuff that we love so much, right? Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, guys, like. Please subscribe, join our Facebook group, all that stuff. Link up with us. Check out our website, demonism.org, okay? And link up with us. Join up with us and see what we are about, okay? If you're watching this on Facebook and you're in the group already, tag some folks, okay? Tag people so we can get them on here, jump on live, and have as much interesting dialogue as possible, okay? So tonight, we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about ceremonial magic, about ritual magic. We're going to go into that a little bit more. So I did a live on it a little bit, recently. I think this was like maybe a week ago or something like that. I did a live on it. And so we're going to revisit it again tonight. But what I did today was I blogged about it. And I shared a video, okay, from one of the original organizations that is involved in, like, Western ceremonial magic, okay? I shared a video from the OTA that displays how the ritual is done, their understanding of magic, and all that sort of stuff. So now what I'm going to do in this live is go ahead and criticize that. You can also read this on our website. It's in the blog, demonism.org. But I'm going to go ahead and criticize this on live and tell you why and how demonism is different from those things and why we reject mysticism here and why it's not necessary to practice in that way. Okay, we're going to revisit that tonight. So we're going to cover ceremonial magic. What's up, Susie? What's up, Rhino? I see you guys checking in. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, of course, if you're not on the Discord, guys, jump on there, right? We have awesome voice chats on there. International voice chats. We're aiming for Saturdays around 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, okay? And so everybody has a voice on there, not just me, all right? So let's dive into this. We got some people on here. Let's go ahead and jump right into this, and let's talk about this thing, okay? So ceremonial magic, okay? And the way that it's displayed in the video. And please take the time to go over to the blog and watch the video. I also shared it in the group. It's available on Amazon Prime, so you guys can check it out on there also. But I also shared it for free, so just watch it on the freaking website. Why not? But yeah, so ceremonial magic and the way that they practice it, especially like right-hand path organizations and a lot of theistic left-hand path practitioners as well, okay? The way they practice it is with a lot of fancy robes and belief in the spirits that have powers over the controlling the demons and stuff like that. And I'm just going to tell you right from the jump that that's all a bunch of religious bullshit, okay? It's really a bunch of bullshit, okay? From the way that they teach it, he clearly states in the first, like, maybe 5 to 10 minutes of the video that it's based around self-hypnosis and mesmerism, which is the same exact thing I've been telling you guys, okay? So again, this stuff is being confirmed from multiple sources, and that's part of the key thing that I want people to understand here is test everything, believe nothing, okay? Don't believe a fucking word of what I say. Test it for yourself. That's the only way to have validation, okay? And so when we're looking at this stuff, that's all religious bullshit. Then he goes on to tell you that it comes from the Bible. It's all based around the Bibles and these 4 fallen angels, the Watchers, and a bunch of bullshit. Okay, that's some bullshit, just so you know. They're taking stuff straight from just religious dogma and adding it into the stuff. So what makes us different is the fact that we reject mysticism, okay? We reject that shit. Superstitious, just believing in stuff, okay, is not the realm of thought here. What you need to understand is you can test this stuff without that. When you understand the process of mesmerism and hypnotism, it is not something that requires you to dress like a fucking asshole in some special robe with some specific talisman and draw, all these special symbols that, or whatever, if you've never seen before. Even if you guys do know this stuff, okay, the sigils and all that stuff, you really don't need any of that stuff at all, okay, to learn these techniques. And that is the core of it, because it has nothing to do with any of that stuff, okay? This is something that comes down to the core of how animals communicate, which is why mesmerism is the true powers of the witch, because this is about animal magnetism. This is about the core of communication. Even between species, we can communicate with, we're talking about literally animals like dogs, cats, birds. We can communicate between species. So this is not anything that has to do with symbols, for instance. Like, we know that the, other animals and stuff are reading words that you write on paper. Okay. So this is beyond that, right? When you understand the process, the mental and emotional and physical and spiritual process that's taking place, okay, you can go beyond that, okay? The need for those things, and then you can learn how to apply this along with that stuff if you do want to practice in that way. The issue is, okay, for the people that are trying in that way, is the issue is it can work in that way. Okay, let me get this. Let me be straight about this. It can work in that way if you want to be a religious believer, and if you want to just believe that that's the way that it works. It can work in that way, okay, because you believe in it that much, and the law of attraction is in place for you, so it will work in that way. But the fact is it also works outside of that way. So if we want to seek genuine truth, we have to go beyond that. And so you have to understand that that means that their one way is not the only way that it works. Okay. This is something that comes from the very core of being a human being. Okay. And how our mind operates. All right. So when you get to the core of this stuff, you can go beyond that. You don't need to put on those special robes, do it at a specific time, and yada, yada, yada. Okay. So one thing that is unique is I do keep the aspect of learning, of course, about, the ancient gods, which have been demonized and whatnot. But this guy, like I said, he literally explains that this is the process of them demonizing it, and then says right after that, like, oh, yeah, the church has demonized these ancient gods, but then again, we're supposed to use these angels and that have power over them. Like, that doesn't even make sense. If they demonized them, then obviously their angels must be bullshit too, So he kind of talks himself in a huge circle there. And it's like, you got to realize this stuff, some of this stuff that they're talking about is just religious dogma. It does not genuinely apply to the process. Okay. So you can go out and do this stuff with people, and you can be anywhere. You don't have to, have pentagrams on you and stuff like that. This is stuff that you can practice with people anywhere. Okay. And when you learn these techniques, like I said, a lot of them are taught, and they're taught throughout all of my books. But the first book, Semita Diorum, brings it very simply into a practical way that you can use it to start to understand how trance works, right? The second book I wrote is Mesmerism, and I keep talking about these. That book is all specifically about trance. This is not a book that's going to teach you a bunch of like dogma and backstory of spirits. It's specifically about how to mesmerize or hypnotize someone and get them in trance and have stuff happen. Okay, that book's all about that. And then the third book I just published, which is behind me. I didn't pull it out in the other live, so I'll pull it out today. This one, which of course is backwards for you guys because I'm on my front cam, is Demonism. Okay, Phantasmagoria of the Mind, Demonic and Vampiric Sorcery. This is the newest book. Demonism is an acronym, stands for Developing Every Mental Operation Needed in Spiritual Man. Okay. And of course, the group and the organization is named after that book. Now, that third book is my interpretation, my understanding of how a person genuinely can activate someone else's pineal gland and spiritual experience to a otherworldly type level. Okay. Not only can you activate a person to that level, you yourself can reach that level, Okay, and then you can have teach someone and help program someone to have specific triggers, specific things that place them back into those states after you have the various phenomena occur. Okay, so that's what you're going to learn inside of that book. Okay, so it's very, very different from anything I've ever seen, as far as like I said, this type of practice goes. It doesn't involve a whole lot of, like I said, you're going to see, like in that video, for those of you that actually take the time to watch it, you're going to see the process of them like staring into the black mirror. And you can see my black mirror here. The reason that works is because of the eye fixation and stuff like that. And if you read my books, you're going to see I cover the steps of trance, and that's one of them, okay, is the eye fixation. So truthfully, it doesn't have to be a black mirror, okay? It doesn't have to be a crystal ball. It can be any number of things, including you just shutting your eyes, okay? So this is very, very powerful information, and I hope that you guys do your due diligence and research this stuff. Look on our website, look at the blogs, see what the hell we're talking about here. Okay, because it's going to start to resonate. It's going to start to resonate with a lot of you when you start to come to these truths. Okay. Okay, so let me scroll back up, see if there's some questions. I am not seeing any, and I don't know if anyone's seen this yet, but it's interesting. It's interesting to watch and see how they do all this stuff. If you've never been exposed to this, then this is your chance. So those of you that don't know about like ceremonial magic and stuff like that, coming from different paths, you should watch it and learn about this stuff. Nothing beats learning. But take it with a grain of salt, and it is a little bit boring, and they do a lot of chanting of mumbo jumbo, which I talked about that before, like people using ancient languages and talking in like Latin and Enochian and stuff like that. It's like, all that stuff's fantastic, but you don't have to do that shit. Because the truth be told, even if you sit there and you learn all those words and stuff, it's like your subconscious mind is not going to react to that. It doesn't know that. It doesn't speak that. It speaks your natural tongue, okay? So Susie says she started watching it. Any questions about anything that you saw? Have you ever seen anything like that before? For those of you that have that watched it, the video that I shared. Now, this is from the OTA, the video. And, they came out, and this was a publicly shared video and stuff like that. So, it's in the public domain. It's publicly shared. It's free on Amazon Prime. And I just posted again so everyone can see the process of this stuff. So how are they saying that you can conjure these spirits and stuff genuinely? And this is the Solomonic tradition, right? The way that you're supposed to conjure with the Goetia. So this is interesting stuff. This is what all this stuff is based around. My first book has all the 72 demons in there. Okay, so this is interesting stuff, and it is boring. But if you can power through it, because it's like old as shit, this is an old one. If you can power through it, there's a lot of stuff you can learn about. Of course, you'll have that information when people start to come to you and tell you, "Oh, I'm doing it this way." Like, "Oh, you're one of those robe-wearing guys that, burns candles in the dark. I know exactly what you do," okay? Because you'll be exposed to that information. Hopefully that makes sense. Susie says she's seen it before. It's super boring. Yeah, it is. It's like an hour long. Okay, so it's not a short thing. Skip through it if you get too bored, because that dude yammers, I'm telling you. But yeah, so we're different here. We don't practice in that way. And then the ritual structure of what we do for the public, oh, I did it. I said do. I hate that. The ritual structure of what we do actually display to the public is very, very different. First of all, they practice all this stuff in the dark, and it's like a big secret. We don't allow cameras in here, and yada, yada, yada. Those days are gone. It's like, it's 2021, and, we've got the plague going on, and everyone's doing this thing where we're connecting via the internet now. So we're beyond that, right? Those days are gone. So now we're at the point where I'm going to tell you, this is something that you don't have to dress and do all this stuff in the dark. We can take it to the public. We can bring this stuff right out into the public. We can do this in a performance art manner, okay? To where we're displaying, doing interesting displays, and also helping people, teaching them about themselves. This is something that can come into the real world practice, okay? We know about this stuff now. We have the technology and the understanding that back in the day when videos like this were coming out, they just didn't have the understanding that we have today, okay? So hopefully this is making a lot of sense to people out there. Cool. Susie says she's forced herself to watch it, and good. I mean, it's educational stuff. It's just like that talk from Yale. I shared a video from Yale University about the history of witchcraft. That was kind of boring too. That guy just talking, but he shared some good points about how it was really about persecution and stuff like that. So you learn a lot by watching stuff like that. And I personally don't mind documentaries. I'm super interested in history, so that stuff doesn't bother me. I'll sit through it, even if it bores me, and I'll just put myself through the torture of going through it anyway. It's like any college lecture, you know how to sit through it, you just power through it. So I wanted to come on here today, like I said, and give some clarity on this, on the differences and the ways that we practice, how they practice, and what makes us different here, okay? I have a black mirror. I know about the process of using a black mirror to try to create that trance state to have something appear in the mirror. Okay. Their claim is that, it's like specifically got to be your face. And that's good because I teach that too about the mirror being and creating your idol based upon you. But the main thing is they say, oh, it fades out and it comes back in. And, you're supposed to see this thing based just solely on saying that specific ancient spell. That is bullshit. Okay, it does not work based on that at all. Okay, truth be told is there are much more direct ways and more powerful ways to do this stuff. Okay, he's kind of on the track, but he gets off track. Okay, and the thing is he hit a huge point that I keep sharing with you guys about how you need a partner, because the thing becomes more powerful when you have someone to guide you through the trance, right? But they don't have to be saying some goofy ass magic spells and ancient words or anything like that. This can be direct stuff. You just have to know the process and know how to actually put someone into trance. Okay. Steven says tons of caffeine and snacks are key factors in powering through boring college presentations. I have to agree. I have a giant cup of coffee right here that I used to power through that today. So I cannot rebuttal. That is all facts. Okay. Everyone's like, I had somebody ask, like, why do you always post those Yoda memes, the Yoda gifts? That is because I have the Force, Cool. So check that out. Check that video out, guys, if you haven't watched it. It's interesting, okay? I share a lot of great information on the blog. If you have not been on the website, I'm going to say it again, demonism.org. Rhino, I think one of the great mods already shared the link. So link up with us, guys. And hopefully we can continue to grow this thing, right? Continue to share this stuff with your friends, share the group. Okay. So we can continue to grow. All right. So I've been talking for about 20 minutes. Let me open up for some more questions. Okay. Any questions about this stuff? Susie says she's seen it before. It's super boring. Jump on the Discord, of course. So you guys out there, I know Steven, you've seen the you've seen the way that they practice the ceremonial stuff and like really specific. And I showed an example of like how to draw the pentagrams and stuff. And I even give an example in my book. But the difference is there's no religious, dogmatic, biblical indoctrination at all with the stuff that I teach. In fact, I make a point. Okay, I make a point to make sure that you do the reverse of religious indoctrination and do the ritual of dedication first. That is the first magical type act that you do in that book, period. Okay, before anything else. Okay, so it's like you have to learn the process of like freeing yourself from that programming. Okay, all right. So people are asking, is there a voice chat today? There is now, because you guys are asking. We will have one. It's been a while. We can jump on there. Then I'll tag everyone else that didn't get on the live too. And we'll jump on a voice chat. So Rhino said, I shared the Discord inside earlier. Both are great sources to communicate and learn. Sorry, I was in the shower. It's all good. So yeah, guys, take this stuff with a grain of salt. If you're researching things, the Necronomicon, ceremonial magic, angelic stuff, fairy magic, whatever, Wicca, it doesn't matter what you're doing, okay? Whatever you're researching, take it with a grain of salt and get to the core. Remember that question, why are we here? If you keep asking yourself that, then you won't have such a hard time saying that, maybe they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. When you start believing in stuff, just remember that maybe you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I do that to myself all the time. And if you do that, and you ask yourself, why are we really here? You should be able to keep getting to the deeper and deeper questions, right? And deeper answers and the truth, right? Steven says, stay away from the Grimoire of Tiamat. That thing is awful. Actually, I think I saw that book on PDF or something like that floating around. That's Asenath Mason. I'm not too fond of her work. There's a lot of people. I'm just not fond of Become Living God and their work, period, over there. It's just too mystic, superstitious crap for me. It's not realistic at all. I just can't honor like some of the stuff that they're doing. Okay. So I don't like that. I don't like that approach. I'm sorry. I'm down to, like I said, of course, get on chats and talk to people and stuff like that. But, I just don't, we don't have to agree with what everyone's doing, but that's just not the way that I practice. That they're following specifically the way of the mystic, okay, and just believing in stuff. And that's not the way that I choose to practice, okay? So that's all I'm going to say about that. But like I said, I don't want to be super negative and like try to droll on what anyone wants to do, but it's just not practical. It's not realistic. None of them are ever going to be able to go, we did a ritual last night and I made Rev Avi disappear. It ain't happened yet, and I already challenged them, and nothing's happened. So here we are. I guess that's the end of that. Somebody doesn't have superpowers for real. Cool. I'm not saying any more questions. Here's one from Steven. I like being able to prove my practice is real with science and facts. And that is 100% the goal here. Everything we do is based on science, realism, and mentalism. Mentalism can be proven with science. That is absolutely right, Steven. So that's the thing, okay, about the stuff that we're doing. This is real psychology, real psychological techniques. It is provable with science. The stuff that we do, they can put you and hook you up to an EEG and see that the techniques that we're doing on people is actually taking effect on their minds, right? Because I shared the video that proves that too. So again, this stuff is very, very real. This is not something that falls into the realm of belief. You don't need that, okay? So with that said, guys, I'm open up for a few more questions, and then I'm going to jump out of here, okay? Been on for about 26 minutes or so. I'll take a few more questions. Then I'm going to skedaddle and we'll jump over to the voice chat, okay? That, and I hate this damn light in my face, honestly. I must have the dog. Today is Friday. Susie said what's today. Today is Friday. Voice chat, international voice chat is tomorrow. 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I am in Central Standard Time in Wisconsin. So I don't know what time that is for you. But we're going to try to get on at 3 p.m. so that we can catch up with people that are across the ocean. Because, of course, they're in a totally different time zone. So we got to make time for them as well. Plus, some of our mods are over there in like places like Germany and stuff like that. So we got to make time for everyone. Cool. So I know a lot of people are probably not familiar with this stuff. If you're not, let the research begin. Okay, look it up. It's going to be one thing for me to tell you things. Of course, I'm going to be making a lot of lesson videos and stuff like that. I'm going to cover this very, very, very in-depthly on the website, okay? There's already some video series and lesson videos up, but there's going to be more, okay? There's going to be more. I'm going to go in-depth. I'm going to show you the techniques. I'm going to explain it in detail how to do this stuff, okay? And then when you guys start having success out there, okay, we're going to send out some certifications. All right? So with that said, guys, much love. And I will see you guys in the next one.